Hey guys, Chris Collect-a-thon, or Collect-a-thon Chris back again. And basically what happened was I was using my original N64 emulator and I was using my original N64 and there was a lot of derpery going on with lag and whatnot. So I had to switch to other means to get it Banjo Kazooie playthrough through. Like as you could see in the Mumbo's Mountain video, it was less than stellar. So without further ado, I just filmed myself to make sure a test recorded that everything worked going through Mumbo's Mountain, and you're gonna see that now. So let's watch, and I will do some post commentary basically after the fact. So it should be starting up. So where we left off in the previous video, we completed Spiral Mountain somehow. Lots of derpery. We finally got that last honeycomb piece, and it was just extremely difficult to say the least. So now we're on our way to Mumbo's Mountain. We just got the first Jiggy that's in Gruntilda's lair. It's really easy, just walk in to the left, climb a couple of stumps or whatever, and basically grab the piece and off you go. So then what Bottles is explaining here, you just put it in the puzzle, yada yada yada. That's it. The picture's complete and the door to Mumbo's Mountain opens. Such an easy fit. The others may just test your wit. But what I was really trying to say was, this is a post commentary I'm going to be doing on Mumbo's Mountain, just because I want to make sure the recording worked and everything with the new setup I'm doing. But I'm hoping with Treasure Trove Cove and ahead of the time that I'll be able to basically just do it live and hope it works properly. It was hard to get like the game volume to play. That was like my biggest struggle for whatever reason. I mean, clearly graphically it looks better than it did on my N64, even though I was going through HDMI with an actually I didn't have my upscaler. Slight upscaler, I should say, but not as upscaled as like a computer version or like the Xbox One rare replay version of the game, obviously. But I wanted to try to keep it as authentic as possible, and I wanted to play the N64 version specifically because it's slightly more challenging, where you actually have the notes don't save. So in each level, so say I exited the level right now, Mumbo's Mountain, with the certain musical notes I had on board, and I didn't get 100, it would just save my score, but those same music notes would reappear again. So they fixed that in the Xbox Live Arcade originally, and then it got ported to the rare replay. I think it's the same version of the game, but whatever. It'll save your musical notes, so whether you get 1 or 99 or 100, exit the level, that music note, once you get it, boom, it's gone. Whereas in the N64 version, they would reappear every time you exited the level, whether you got them all or not, from what I understand. I've never tested it where you got all 100 and you exit, you go back in, and if it's still there, I have never tested that. So the answer is maybe with that, but I know towards completion wise, if you don't get all of the notes, then you have to recollect them all again, basically, which sucks. So that was a nice little upgrade in the Xbox One, was Xbox 360, whatever, the Xbox Live Arcade rare replay version of the game. So as you see, we just got 2 jiggies really easy. The orange one is pretty easy. You climb the tree, get an orange, and there's another one. Now we're working on a third one where we're going to talk to Bottles the Mole. And he's gonna give us the egg shooting, egg farting abilities, and basically you just shoot. I think you hit conga 3 times, and he gives you another one. So you can get 3 jiggies right off the bat fairly easily here. And you're going to see there's also access to a 4th jiggy, which isn't included in this level. It's actually in Gruntilda's lair. So there is 10 jiggies that are located in Gruntilda's lair, including the easy one that we just got at the beginning of this video. So for the 9 worlds, there is a Gruntilda switch in each world, and when you hit that Gruntilda switch, it unlocks a jiggy in the outer world, basically. But unfortunately, with this particular one that's close to Conga, which you're gonna see, I think I'm gonna go over there. I derped a little there. We can't do it yet because we don't have the ground pound. I call it ground pound. I think it's called Beak Buster. Ground pound is Super Mario 64. So I definitely take some hits here. I'm still getting used to the controller. I was using a 8-bit Dio gamepad. That looks. I think it's the SN30. SN30. I know there's an SN30 Pro and an SN30 Pro Plus. My version. I don't know if you guys can see. My version doesn't have like the it just looks like a Super Nintendo controller joysticks essentially, which is awesome for Super Nintendo games, regular Nintendo games even. Yeah, but the joysticks feel nice. They're like almost like the Switch Pro controller joysticks. Everything's super responsive. You can use it on your Switch, PC. I have it on Mac. Connects via Bluetooth. Very easy pairing instructions. The quality on these things is great. Yeah, SN30 Pro. So this is the SN30 Pro. I'm pretty sure the Plus has like, it looks more like the Pro controller. It has like two sticks here, for lack of a better word, that you can like hold it differently. But this, like, you operate more like a Super Nintendo controller, which is a little like yeah, I don't know, great controller. So that's what I use to play this on my Mac, basically, to record, because it was just kind of, through my Genki Shadowcast, my original N64, it was just kind of a mess, and I feel like the lag was the worst part, because like what the Shadowcast does, which like an Elgato, what the Shadowcast can't do, what the Elgato does, which obviously is like, it is a Kickstarter backer, so it's a cheaper item. Like, I think it was like a $40 like capture card. It works good, but for my particular approach, where I want to do N64, play it through their like Genki Shadowcast app, and then also record in OBS. So I was essentially playing on the OBS screen because I wanted to make sure it was recording. So there was like lag from all of that, basically. And then it probably didn't help when I was using that wireless controller, the Retro Fighter one, which I do like. I actually did go back and use that over the weekend. I had a wedding I went to, and I decided to bring my N64. So I was like, oh, it's a good example to test this out. Because I figure like people usually like coming back inebriated and just playing some Nintendo 64. It never actually happened because I guess everyone was too tired or whatever. But essentially, I played before the wedding, so I had a little bit of time before I got dressed. Like, my wife was doing makeup for the wedding, and so basically I put my suit on and hooked the N64 up to the TV, and I played some Super Smash Brothers for the N64. And I actually was able to unlock NES with the controller, no real lag problems. Played just fine. It was just like riding a bike, basically. So that controller I can recommend. Maybe not for the type of streaming / YouTube recording that I was doing, but for like just playing with your friends or casually at home, like, it was definitely good. So 5 jiggies here. again, you get the hut jiggies. There's actually like 3 you can get over here too. So it just seems like 6 of the jiggies are like really located in like Mumbo and near Congo. There's the honeycomb. If you shoot that last one before, you can't get it. So you'd have to like exit the level, come back in, and then shoot the eggs and leave that one. I've made that mistake too many times in the past. And I'm a veteran in that game that I know to do that. So here's number 6. We actually didn't have enough Mumbo tokens here, but on my first run, I had it right. So what I forgot to get was the one in the ticker tower, the termite. You have to go in there before you turn into a termite, and you do the Kazooie like walk move, the ZC left, I believe, to climb as far as you can until like it's too steep that you need the termite, and you get the skull. I'm gonna show you this in a second. So blah 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 Mumbo. All the characters are speaking fast because I'm just holding A to like speed through it. So I was in a rush. But I'm pretty sure I didn't check my time on this. The video should be about like a little over 20 minutes. But I said, I definitely did this run better than I did with the lag in the version that I wasn't happy with, that I'm not going to show you guys. That version was just a you-know-what show. So how many jiggies are we at now? 8. Sorry, we're almost there. 2 to go. 60 notes. Not bad. I think when I was playing, like I usually do things more basically streamlined. I hadn't played this game in a while, and like I was just kind of like messing around with the controller, getting used to it and everything. I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry. It's like I'm saying usually I'll get the notes more effectively. I think I'm realizing this now in the video. I did record this like a day or 2 ago from the post commentary. I forgot that. I was like, oh, there's this whole other hill where there's like the same little like platforms. You have to get the notes. And so I was like, oh crap, that's why I didn't do this yet. So yeah, get all those notes. 80 something. We should have like close to 100 at this point, and then I think the rest are in the ticker tower. Here's the last Jinjo. So what do we got? 9. So yeah, the number 10 is on top of the ticker tower, which will turn to a termite after this. Mumbo's Mountain, super easy level. Like I said, probably my fastest time. I'm no speedrunner, but my fastest time for Mumbo's Mountain is probably somewhere between 13 and 16 minutes if I'm doing it quickly. Maybe in the next video I'll just check the time to see like how long it actually took me to do this level, but 20-minute video, I'm guessing I was a little on the slower side, probably 18 minutes, I don't know. Including like the outside Gruntilda's Lair stuff that I did. So like I said, Derp, usually if I was doing it the most efficiently, you'd go get the Beak Buster move and then come over here, and then so you can hit the switch while you're over here. I guess you waste less leg room. So this appears at the top of Mumbo's Mountain inside of Gruntilda's Lair, and you can only access this with the termite. So the most effective way to take care of this is to do the termite last, and then just exit the level as the termite, because you can walk for like a little bit as the termite before Mumbo will warn you, like, oh, Mumbo magic getting weak, and then he's gonna be like, oh, you're gonna turn back to the Baron Bird, and then you do. But it actually lasts like further than you think. I feel like you can almost fully exit the Mumbo's mountain room in Gruntilda's Lair before you're actually turned back into Banjo and Kazooie. So we'll notice later in the Let's Play, when we get to like Bubble Goop Swamp, you're also going to need to do this similar feature again. to get, I think, to the Freeze Easy Peak puzzle. And there's a Cheeto page there too. But then to do that, it's a little frustrating if you don't know what you're doing. You have to get the wading boots in the Bubble Goop Swamp part of Gruntilda's lair. So you have to exit, you have to be in Bubble Goop Swamp first and learn how to use the wading boots. So you have to do this, like I said, after you get the wading boots. So I was like, I'm trying to think of the most efficient way I usually do it. Because you have to use the wading boots to go into there, and then you have to break, there's like an ice ball or snowball, to pound it, or beak buster it, to break it so that when you're the alligator and you go back, that you can just go into the Cheeto room without having to break the thing. Otherwise you have to exit Mumbo's Mountain. Exit Bubble Goop Swamp. Turn back into Banjo Kazooie. Or whatever. Exit the level. Go into the back room. Pound the thing. Then go back into Bubble Goop Swamp. Go to Mumbo. Turn back into the alligator. And then go through. So I'll try to do the most efficient way that I can think of when I get to that level. But we still got treasure trove and clankers to go after, so. And then later on, there's like, technically, so we got the 100 notes here. Technically, Freeze Easy Peak and Gobi's Valley, you can't complete without things for the other. Like, I know there's like running shoes in one, which you need to, there's like a boggy race on foot that you need to do. So I think the running shoes are in Gobi's Valley. And then there's like the beak flying move. I forget what it's called. Talon Torpedo maybe? I don't know. Where you need that in Gobi's Valley to get into the pyramids, I think. You have to hit these targets. And then you also need it in Freeze Easy Peak where you have to do the same thing to Snowman's buttons. You'll see. Alright, 10. That's just like termite, no fall damage there. You can just say, screw it and just jump down the mountain. You need the termite to get this honeycomb piece too. Again, 2 in every level. I don't know if termites can drown in water in this game, so I didn't want to find out there, but it was living on the edge. So about 17 minutes recording, so yeah, maybe I'm about, probably a little slower than my average time of like 15, 16 minutes, I don't know. Again, this is bottle. I thought you mentioned Gruntilda's Magic, but he's talking about the note doors. So I think in this video I'll show you the first note door, which is only 50 notes, which isn't that long. So now we'll see how far we can get before the termite. Yeah, so his magic's getting weak. We're like halfway through the tunnel. Yeah. A little more than halfway through the tunnel, and it just changes you back. But then you know Mumbo's Mountain, so it doesn't matter. And then, the way of progression in this game, you needed to learn the Kazooie Walk move in Mumbo's Mountain so you could go up this hill, obviously. And there's the first note door, 50 notes. All your best note scores from the world. Which I think you need all 900 notes at the end if you want the stuff that will help. It is stuff that will help you beat Gruntilda, basically, is how I'll put it. Easier. Probably like the hardest level to get the notes in is the last level, Click Clock Wood, because that dang tree, falling off that, like, can kill you. And, like, I'm probably gonna do it a couple times, because it's just very frustrating. So this is Gruntilda. Gruntilda's sister, I guess. She's a good witch, and she tells you, like, 3 trivia things that will be useful later on. like she says, help you escape a fiery fate, aka the Furnace Fun game that you need to get to Gruntilda, basically. Which is a good time, I like it. So here's it, we're gonna fill out the Treasure Trove Cove puzzle. And then in our next video, we're gonna head to Treasure Trove Cove in hopefully live commentary and take care of business. I do love Treasure Trove Cove. It's a nice stop and swap related level, and it's awesome. Alright guys, as always, please subscribe, like, and comment. Make sure you hit the bell for future videos, and stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.